Charlene has been a wonderful blessing to me, my family, and the larger Fifth Avenue church community. Our friendship dates back well over a decade. I was a young 20-something straight out of college in the Big Apple when I found a home in Fifth Avenue. Charlene was one of the first people that I met in the big city. Serving in the role of seminarian for the 20s-30s group Next Ministry, Charlene brought humor, grace, and a hope-filled spirit to our community group. Her joy and enthusiasm are simply contagious. Anyone who has met Charlene can attest to the fact that she is unbelievably insightful at the pulpit and so very authentic in her relationships. My husband, Robin, who grew up in a very different faith background within Christianity, was drawn to Fifth Avenue and felt connected to worship and fellowship because of the space that Charlene helped to create. Never once did he feel judged, did he feel pressured. For the first time, when attending a church outside of his own, he felt loved and accepted. Following the birth of my son, I took a big step back from church. As a nursing mother, I found it really difficult to juggle a baby in the pews. I didn't know how to make that happen. I also didn't feel I had a community as I felt aged out of Next. Then, Charlene reached out. We connected as we always do. She listened to my doubts and introduced me to the positive parenting group. I didn't know that was a thing. As the dynamic leader and mother that Charlene is, Charlene pioneered the installment of a family room in the vestry to empower and welcome all mothers. Because of her, I found my way back home. My children, Harrison and Eleanor, have grown up with her daughters, Ami and Noah. They've played, sang, and prayed together at Sunday school and family camp. In the positive parenting group, Charlene is keen to remind us that we as parents play the most important role in our children's faith formation. What we teach them matters. What we say about God matters. The language we use matters. What I love about Charlene is that she doesn't claim to always have the answers. In her invitation to parents, she stated, quote, "Along with all of you, I will be listening for ways I can talk to my kids about God's love of them and all of humanity," end quote. When my mother grew suddenly ill with a stroke and it was 2 a.m. in the hospital, it was Charlene who comforted me and offered to drop everything to sit with me through the uncertainty. Swelled with emotion and crippling anxiety, I declined the offer in fear that it just made the situation all too real. And I couldn't fathom the thought of losing my mother. But through it all, Charlene was there. Not just that horrific night, but through every hill and valley that this past year has brought. Her love and her unyielding pastoral care is nothing less than the hand of God. Fifth Avenue and her future church are beyond lucky to experience the disposition of grace and the long, deep arc of transformation that Charlene lovingly brings to any community. Jeremiah 3:15 says, "And I will give you pastors after my own heart." Charlene is that gift to believers. She is unapologetic, faithful servant of God's mission. I am so in awe of Charlene, what she has and will continue to accomplish. I am honored to have known her as my pastor, and even more so, to call her friend.